Hello, guys! There was a small jump start there, but we are into it in today's session. We begin with, you guys haven't come up with a name for yourself yet. You have to think on that. But we currently have a dire situation over in this area. David, who is no longer playing with us, turned into a dire badger and begun burrowing down into the ground. As he does so, the support beams that are nearby you guys in this waterlogged underground bathhouse cellar has now begun to rumble, and the stony ceiling above you has begun to splinter, has begun to drift little bits of dust down. Meanwhile, you've been assaulted on two different fronts. To the northwestern side, Dr. Joseph Skackle has run up to Hearty Silver to save his life at the barest edges of his life. Down to the southeast, you guys are holding back these cultists to Bane as they are truly doing their utmost to crush you in sheer dominating numbers. And Sessic and Eros are holding the line like true mad lads. And I'm just gonna do a little something for you. Ranzor, could you do me a favor and just get some music ready on my command? Just get something from YouTube ready for me. Can you do that?
Why, of course. A specific genre.
Dwarf.
Alright.
I've got something in mind in case you're stuck.
Okay, I'll probably be stuck, so...
look up Diggy Diggy Hole Metal Remix. It will never go out of style. It will never look at that. Look at it. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, you know what? This is
I have an announcement to make. After Diggy Diggy Hole, I decided I needed to not continue this campaign.
Why do you have a problem with Diggy Diggy Hole Metal Orchestra version?
Do you really need to ask?
You know what? I don't care. You need to understand this brilliant song. Did I play it for you already? I forget.
Nope.
No? Okay then. You know what? Things are happening much differently than I expected. Okay. So, as I was saying before, yes, as I was saying before, as David is burrowing with this dire badger, you guys all kind of witness how, the ceiling is cracking and is splintering as David is breaking the bedrock of this corroded cellar area. It begins to start showing off failing fault lines in the ceiling, and the cracks, sort of like Ice Age 1 through to 4, kind of like crack and break across a long line all the way next to this scene over here, right beside Dr. Joseph Skackle. And Hearty Silver, you would stay completely prone as you're really, like, deaf and dying. But your eyes peer open as you see, surprisingly, somebody you had seen before and you never thought that you would see again. There you go. Yes, play it. Yes, play it. That sound effect is accurate. Through the ceiling, you see a certain Durgar suddenly crash in and land into the puddle here, this like waterlogged area, face first. Who's kick and skipped? He comes crashing in. A great splash comes round. Dr. Joseph Skackle looks in surprise, and you see the visage of this Durgar. Now, Hearty Silver, at one point, you emerged out from the Underdark, and you did so with this Durgar. You and he have long since separated paths a long time ago, but he looks familiar, and the sheer surprise of seeing him, and a few bits of eagerness to like talk to him and ask him what the hell he's doing here, While it is worth being stated, he is in Flaming Fist mercenary garb and gear. He gets up and Asgal, it's your turn. What would you like to do this turn?
Oi, my beard, if it isn't at point ears. How fancy find you here, my...
Oh no, not you, motherfucker.
Outstanding.
This is gonna be just great. Just what I needed. Those thicky, stinky point ears here in this... by Odin's beard.
Leave me alone, Shorty. Don't you see I'm in pain?
He is in a lot of pain. Hearty Silver is laying on the ground prone. But Hearty Silver, your rivalry with this Durgar, it seems, has instilled you with 1 hit point of health to rise up and not look like a pathetic idiot in front of him. But that's going to be your turn as you just like Avengers drop in on an initiative of 21, leaving a big gaping hole, by the way, up above to like the ground above you. Hearty Silver, it's your turn.
I get up
Yeah.
and I ramble along the wall defeated.
Yes.
And I think I wait. See. I think I stay there.
All right. Very good. Very good. Just to
Where
remind,
is our very muscular fighty friend?
your friends are holding the fucking front lines
No,
over
I mean,
here.
oh yeah. The bald dude is there. Right.
Yes.
So
yeah. Go on.
I think I will head in this direction.
Excellent. Your body is still reeling from the feeling of the dagger that this guy, this skull-headed assassin, left you in. You can feel a burning agony sensation burning through your like midsection as you're just like holding it and moving along, trying to make your way back to the team.
Alright, he stumbles plus dash action, more like scramble on the floor action, and this is the end of my turn.
Excellent. Mortlock turns to you and he just goes, "Good to see you alive. Now let's kill these bastards. They're all after my head, lad, and it's after your head too, by the look of it." And this gruff. Just a reminder for our newcomers who this unlikely friend that you've made is. It looks like this gentleman with that disfigured, burned half of his face to it. But he's a large, towering, imposing figure. He cocks his heavy crossbow again and lines it straight over the dire badger, straight over Eros, and straight towards this... Well... Actually, no, not that prone guy, because he will have disadvantage. So this guy behind him is going to go and give that little heavy crossbow attack. He misses, unable to break through some of their very, very sturdy armor that these guys are wearing. But that shall be his turn. It's just a great heavy bolt that he just like cocks in this heavy crossbow. But with that, it is this guy's turn. And all he does is he does this. He does this. And he stands there and waits. No. Eros, it's your turn.
Arrow's having no clue what's going on behind him, raises his axe and attacks in front of him again.
Alrighty.
Wishing he had some more rage, but looks good.
Alrighty, yes, that is an excellent hit, and you have advantage because that target is prone there.
Ooh.
Alright. Zzz. Now, what?
Scratches him.
Yeah, this guy is pretty weak as you chop down into the side of his shoulder, going for that head cleave, but just barely missing. You make up for it by just kicking him into the head, but it's still not enough to really kill him, though he is bleeding profusely. I think still sporting the great sort of cuts and scars from where Sessic just curled out that lizard folk head and just started ripping and rending flesh off his bone. And now it is Dr. Joseph Skackle's turn. He sees this Durgar. He's not ever met him before. And Hearty Silver, you may act how you wish.
Good to see you here. How did you get here?
Oi, I was minding me business on the floor above, there are some cultists up there. I was trying to ambush them, but I don't know. The ceiling kind of fell on me. And that kind of softened my fall. That's what they use good for those pointy ears.
Well, good to have you here. Well, I think a friend of Hearty is a friend of mine. Well,
But friend? What do you mean friend? I'm not a friend of no elf.
Please give me a dwarvish baka sometime. He is not my friend, baka! Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Wow,
But it is fine. I can see here, it means you guys are here also to kill those bad guys, so I'll help for now.
Well, I think we need to be careful of the big skeleton monster for now. I'm going to head over there.
Pah, big skeleton monster. You guys have no idea what the Underdark is. I'll show you how to get rid of those monsters.
Very nice. Very nice. Alrighty. Okay. You're gonna solo that guy? Okay, that'll be interesting. Radek, it is your turn. And I need to remind myself that you have that little poison label because you have a curse that's currently sitting upon you after you opened one of those spell books, didn't you?
Yep.
That's all cool. Please proceed as you see fit.
Okay. I will rush around the corner, and since I have nothing else to do, I'm going to shoot a ray of frost at this guy right in front of Sessic.
Alrighty, right in front of Sessic, you got it.
Okay.
Excellent, that is a brilliant hit. It's okay. The coldness lines his being and definitely just slows him down a bit, hopefully making it easier for Sessic to kind of deal with him. Yeah, that'll be your turn, I believe, Radek.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop right behind the corner again.
Okay, now these guys step up. This guy gets up from prone. Ooh, this game, I'm having a different thoughts with how I want to do some stuff. So, yours is the first game that's got flanking. You guys are dealing with DC 13 for death savings foes. Do you want to have provoked attacks of opportunity when you are prone? And you try and get up?
It's fine with me either way. It's fine with me either way.
Okay. What about you, Sessic?
It would be interesting, that would probably allow us to benefit from some of the stuff that allow shoving mechanic and stuff.
Would it have advantage?
No.
Because they're trying to get up. So
I see what you're saying. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no for that one.
Because then I would say it would be too strong, but
yeah.
Okay.
I would agree. For the 5th edition, that would be a little bit too strong.
Alright. So, no advantage. Attacks of opportunity when getting up. Don't think you guys cared too much about it, based on what I'm hearing, so I'll leave this be for now. This guy gets up from prone, and these guys form a front line. They eye up Eros and Sessic side by side, and they start flashing towards you with their maces. 13 on you, Sessic, being a miss, and then a 17 on Eros, dealing 4 bludgeoning damage. Then this backline of individuals start cocking their longbows, and 2 shots go to you, Eros, and 1 shot goes to Sessic. Alrighty, on you, Eros, a hit. You take 11 points of piercing damage as 2 arrows come launching over and strike into each side of your chest, while the third longbow shot goes towards you, Sessic, and bounces off your strong armor. And with that is the enemy's turn. David burrows as a dire badger and disappears off the map for a period of time. Sessic, it's your turn now.
Right. I'm gonna go and shouting, "Face the fury of the flaming fist!"
Hell
and
yes.
Despite the fact that Sessic is a quartermaster, it's still part of the flaming fist. So I'm gonna fist him.
Alrighty, excellent.
I'm gonna go with the one next to the speaker.
This guy is quite a bit weaker. He has been weakened by you. He's in a terrible state.
17.
That is not a hit. These guys rocking the chainmail and shields, so they really do put up a very defensive front to you all.
It is also still a miss.
Yes, unfortunately it is the case. And
That is
Sessic,
my turn.
yes.
Hold the line here.
You are holding the line very well. Asgals, Stormax, it's your turn.
Oi, what a way to leave a dwarf here. I'm talking to you guys, don't leave me. What? Okay, so now 2. I wanted to do is drag the token.
Yeah, you can just left click, hold your token, and just move it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's 5 feet you've moved out of a possible 25. You have more movement if you wish to spend it, just by moving it across. That looks...
That looks 25 to me, right? Diagonal is 10, right?
Yeah, diagonally is all fine. That's 15 feet. So you have 10 feet more movement remaining. Great, excellent. You can't see any enemies from this position, but you can dash if you like.
Alright, let's do that then. That doubles my movement, right?
It does, but it spends your action to do so.
That's fine. I'm not gonna be useful here anyway, so...
Alrighty, excellent. Dash along 25 feet. A little bit off center. Let's help you out there. There you go. You come in front of this towering guy with that heavy crossbow bolt that I mentioned before to you, and you can see him in the Discord chat as Martlock Van Famper, but you don't know that name yet.
So here's the fun. Here's where you guys are having fun.
Yes, there definitely is just a whole war happening here. These caverns getting shot over by crossbow, bolt, longbow, arrow, sword, and shield. And Hearty Silver, it's now your turn.
Yeah. Well. Takes a deep breath. And decides to go over here.
Ooh, brave.
And through the corner, between Sessic, stab.
Very nice. Already. Let's see some attacks. That is not a hit.
Well, he's going to spend his inspiration.
Yes, and that is a hit. Excellent. Now, don't forget you have sneak attack to this. So roll me 2d6. Yes, Sessic is a conscious creature, and you are 5 feet of the creature, and Sessic is 5 feet away from them. and that gives you your sneak attack.
Alright, it's a d6, you said?
I believe so at this level, unless
Alright.
somebody can prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's a D6.
Excellent. Oh, hello! Yes!
Hello there.
So there you go. You do launch right in. You plant a heavy stab of the rapier into this guy's armpit as he bleeds profusely into his armor while, the fight goes on. And remember, you have an offhand dagger attack that you can do.
I'll do it.
Unfortunately, a miss.
God damn it.
It's okay.
Oh.
Mortlock, back here, cocks another bolt into his heavy crossbow. Carefully make sure that he doesn't knock into your head, Mr. Durgar, and he shoots right over it to the frontliner. No, actually, he's going to shoot to the guy behind this one, because this guy's looking pretty weak. So he's just going to try to mow down the back line a little bit, or the middle ground. But he misses, unfortunately. This guy sits here and waits. Eros, it's now your turn.
Eros is not gonna back down from a fight.
Yeah!
Takes out his great axe.
Yeah, that's a hit!
Okay.
Laugh all you want. You're on the last kind of stretches of your strength for sure, but you do just tighten your grip around that great axe. You search within yourself that brutal endurance that will fell mountains and tame seas. You give another heaving swing of that heavy great axe, and with all of your might, while you know it's not your best strike, you know it's the strike that will kill this guy. How do you respond, Eros?
I make sure that the axe lands on his head and just sticks in there for a second and pulls it out.
Absolutely, you do just that. It's effort to dislodge it back from the skull in your heavy, sort of tired state, but you're gonna persevere on for sure. Now Dr. Joseph Skackle's turn, controlled by Eros. No, controlled by Hearty Silver.
Right. Flame. What does Sacred Flame do?
Damage.
Yes, but to be more precise, so long as Dr. Joseph Skackle can see the recipient of his sacred flame, line of sight is not required. A sacred bolt of radiant energy descends down or up, depending on where hell or heaven is for you guys, and will start to eviscerate an enemy in holy radiant fire. They have to make a dexterity saving throw, and if they pass, they take no damage. If they fail, they take all the damage of a D8 roll.
Alright, so I think he's going to do Sacred Flame on this guy. How do I point?
Use the arrow tool found underneath the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Gotta be this one, I think.
Oh. Wait.
This the
Sorry
guy?
about that. Yeah. This guy. Sorry about that. Sacred Flame, here we go.
Alrighty, excellent. The Bane cultists, the one you just taken on in the front line, sees this and tries to get out of the way. Okay. But despite his combat prowess, he fails to get out of the way as that radiant energy starts flaring over his skin and burns him in radiant hellfire, as he does burn alive, and he's looking quite hurt at this point.
Dr. Joseph Skackle smiles maniacally.
Oh, damn. Alrighty. Radek, it's your turn.
Okay, same thing as last time. I'm going to shoot another ray of frost at that guy.
Unfortunately, even with Eros ducking down for you, there's just so many bodies and pillars in the way that you can't hope to make a shot between all of this action.
Okay, that's my turn.
You also feel that curse just like weighing heavily upon you, just really sort of siphoning away at your life forces, just really making things a real bad, troubling time for you. Now we get to these guys. Let's move you to the front. This individual steps over the corpse of his former ally and gives you a shove attempt, Eros.
Okay.
And I need you to make me a strength opposing athletics check, please. Alright, you actually failed this. Just more evidence of the wear that's going in this combat right now. And you get shoved 5 feet further back as this guy just steps further in. These lot sort of making ways to start crowding behind Sessic now. As another individual steps forward with the new opened available space and begin to just start pushing the line. Seeing as you're weak, but Sessic is the one they have had difficulty hitting, it seems that these individuals are going to focus their attention on dropping and lowering Sessic, tired of that snaky lizardfolk jaw mashing away at them. Alright, Sessic, 2 of them are misses, but in their efforts to hit you, one of them does strike a blasting blow to your head on a critical hit, dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay. That would take me 9 point. I have 2 Tims left, so that would take me 7.
Exactly. Following behind that, this individual cocks his bow yet again and goes to strike at you, Sessic. All of them doing their utmost to just start making your life terrible. But he fails.
I had to roll Constitution because it went through my temporary hit point.
Yes, that might quite well be accurate. Now then. Yes, that is a pass. Now then. David's Dire Badger. It emerges out of the ground on the other side. And I need to find Dire Badger.
It's like Badger, but dire.
Oh, jeez. I think it's it. Yeah, Giant Badger. Here we go. And he comes lashing out. And he yeah, one with its bite and one with its claws. Alright, yeah, he's going to give a bite and claw attack to this guy sitting pretty in the middle here. Both misses, unfortunately. The badger is having great difficulty sort of hacking away at this heavily armored foe. And that is his turn. Sessic, it's over to you.
Okay, which one of them look more hurt?
That would be, well, yes, the one right in front of you. He has definitely taken a few cuts and bruises in his time.
Yep. Bite.
Yeah, bite next. Ah, ha, ha! You exchange crit for crit.
And then I think that would be I use Hungry Jaws that I just from the short rest, so I gain 3 Tims from this.
Excellent. Let's see that damage. Reasonable, respectable. As you do just rip him out, I have to say, you're the first paladin I've ever hosted for that's starting to make a name for yourself for ripping out the jugular a lot of the time. You just come right in with that hungry jaw, tear out a fresh throat, and with blood just staining all of your face as another one bites the dust and falls into the murky waters.
Sessex is very in focus right now. He is full of... No, she is full of vengeance.
Hell yes. Are you going to become a Vengeance Paladin next level?
If I can go to it, yeah.
You can. Though you do have to take a very important oath. Very well.
But or maybe I take multi-class. I'm not sure because I'm not. Oh, it's quite a commitment as well. But
All right.
interesting.
We'll have a little look, see. Alrighty. Asgal Stormax, it's now your turn.
Right. Finally, my blades were thirsty. Very well done, Lizardman. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, out of collectors, out of curiosity, which rank in the framing phase is Asgard?
Which knight did you say?
Which rank of the framing phase is
Asgard? Well, in Final Fantasy terms, based on like Lieutenant and all that stuff, I would have to say like he's on a lower rank. Sorry, dude. But you're very much on a low ranking list of the Flaming Fist. I would have to say that Sessik is just a little bit above you in rank. What would be Lieutenant?
I would say Lieutenant would be higher than Quartermaster, I think.
Okay. Then what's below Quartermaster, Sessik?
I'm not sure. Let me
Soldier.
check.
Yes, there we go. I think that's pretty much accurate. Yes, Asgal, you are in the rank of soldier, and Sessik is in the rank of quartermaster. And concerning matters of Flaming Fist orders and issues, she is to be considered your superior. Where those are concerned, you can choose to ignore this or appreciate it all the more. As a Durgar, you're probably inclined to agree with it all the more. But in any case, if you want to get into this fray and start fighting, you can go through Sessik and be on the other side, or you could start fighting this fellow. But I will tell you that there is a weak support beam in your way. Probably very easy to cut aside if you wanted to.
I thought it was broken.
I will be told by the dynamic lighting, yes. Yes, that support beam is broken. Thank you, Eros. You are correct.
Yeah, because I missed and I hit it.
Yes. No, you're completely right. So, Asgal, you are fine. Strike at your leisure.
Right, so I hold my two hands my battle axe and...
Okay, excellent. Now, to be clear, this is not you using two weapons at the same time. This is one battle axe you're holding with both hands. Understood?
Right, that's correct.
Excellent. Unfortunately, that is a miss. The battle axe does its utmost to start slicing and tearing away at chain links. But that shield that this individual is donning is keeping you at bay, barely. But you're striking a very strong blow against it. Alrighty. Anything else you do?
No, I'll hold my turn.
Alrighty. Hearty Silver, you and this Durgar friend are now in 5 feet of one another. You are enraged. What would you like to get up to?
He grinds his teeth and stabs.
What, his friend?
No, not.
Oh, okay. This guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just a
gotcha.
moment. It's hard with two screens. Okay, here we go.
Unfortunately, a miss. You have an offhand dagger attack?
I think he disengages.
Okay, bonus action, disengage, done. Yeah, Hearty Silver just kind of scrambles nearby you, Ashgal, and you see him try to reach out with a rapier attack, but then quickly just sort of jumps over your head, boot in face, backflips over.
Bloody elves.
How would you like to proceed, Hearty Silver? You still have some remaining movement if you wish to take it.
No, I think. Maybe goes to the corner.
Alrighty.
Just walks away from our dwarfy friend.
Okay. This guy back here says, Come on, work them, you hit them buggers, he says, smacking a heavy crossbow bolt, and he goes firing at the one right in front of Eros. But the crossbow bolt misses. As he's smacking it, one of the shots goes a little wide and hits into one of the overhanging support beams above this cellar kind of chamber alleyway. He waits. Eros, it's back to your turn.
Eros yells, "Surrender! You're surrounded!" And attack with his great axe.
Okay. That is, again, your great axe is blocked by their repelling shields, and a mace comes forward to smack back at your great axe. The individual before you snarls hatefully and says, "We are the emissaries of Bane, and we do not bow or flee to anyone."
Then you will die.
"Not before we kill you first," they say cockily.
Oh, shut up, you prick.
They're very prick-like for sure. They definitely give off an aura of prick. It's a 5-foot radius aura of effect that immediately tells you that they are under the status of prick. Maybe I took that a bit too far. But in any case, Dr. Joseph Skackle. Oh, hi, Master Mage. That's just somebody in stream. Nice to see you.
Hello, Rasta Mage. Is it Rasta Mage?
Yeah, it's Master Mage. It's like
Master Mage.
Yeah, it's like Masturbate, but instead of bait, it's Mage.
Oh, I thought Rasta Mage.
Oh,
Mage.
Rasta Mage. Interesting.
Never mind. He's
Like a
going to
Jamaican
Sacred
mage?
Flame. This dude.
What did you say, Eros?
No, just Rasta. It sounds like Jamaican mage.
Yeah, exactly.
Rasta Mage.
That sounds interesting. Alright. Dr. Joseph Skackle throws in a sacred flame just to try to thin this crowd. But these guys are very tough. With their armor, with their capabilities, with their strength. And this one also, spurred on to not be beaten by Eros's commands. He does dodge out of the way, pushing into Sesek a little bit to avoid that sacred flame. And Radic, it's now your turn.
Okay, I'll do the same thing. I'll shoot another ray of frost at the one right in front of Eros.
Excellent. Eros just set to duck. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No dice.
No dice.
That's alright.
Okay. The curse, it really is just like affecting you here. You know what? As you miss that shot, you cough and you hold onto your chest, and a couple black sort of clouds of dark willoughby like wisps just sort of huff and heave out of your throat as your eyes start to sting with this curse just continuing to work its way through your body. This guy promptly wants to make an example out of you, Eros, if he can, and he's going to make a mace attack on you. He rolls a 15 and does 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay. He yells in pain. "I'm still up."
Yeah, and this one says, "Good! It would be a shame if I beat something so weak to be felled by just that offhand." And the backline here decides to no longer consider Sesek, but instead just like bully and beat up and gang up on this dire badger that's infiltrated their back lines, if you like. Ooh. Alright, they both hit the badger, but the badger is just so fluffy and spongy that their maces fail to do any significant damage through the giant badger's tough hide. And David will then share a biting claw against the two. Yes, the claw behind him will succeed in hitting this steely agent, and a great series of terrifying badger claws rip across his armor and slice up the humanoid inside. A very sort of angry-looking woman. And Sessik, it's now your turn.
One to the left. Longsword.
Oh,
I wish I have my inspiration. If anyone has it, I would appreciate it.
well,
You
firstly,
can,
yeah, how
you
many?
can use mine.
Excellent.
He can use mine. He can use mine if he wants to.
Okay. Thank you.
No, wonderful, wonderful.
7 slash. And then follow up with the bite. 16 is a miss.
Interestingly, Streamlabs is watching me host, which is so crazy. I can't begin to tell you because it's not a person. It's the software I'm using. Unfortunately, Sessik, your bite fails. Just you guys continue your utmost, sending a devastating array of attacks. But these guys came prepared with tremendously heavy armor.
Give them no quarters.
Your commands have been given, Asgal. Give them no quarters.
There's too little room here to use the big guns. I'm better off with my trusty hand axes. Feel the blades of Muradin.
You got enough of a hand axe attack? You get 2 when you're doing your hand. You do go clawing away. What I will say is that in your efforts to break through this war of attrition that's going on, your 2 hand axes hook over the side of this individual's shield, and you just rip it off out of his arm, reducing his armor a little bit.
Can I use an action point to strike again?
You mean an action surge?
Yes.
Okay, now let me go through what this will be about. Action surge will give you an additional action. Your attacks that came here, one of them used your bonus action. You can use an action surge and you can make 1 additional attack. Just so we're clear on that. But yes, you can. And you may.
Got it. No, yeah. Let's do that.
I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty hard. Stupid dice.
Yes!
Oh, that's
That's a hit, yes. After you pull away that shield, you make an opening for yourself to now hack into this person's chest. Roll damage by clicking the hand axe name in the chat. It will highlight red, you can left click it, and damage will be rolled.
Left click it.
Yeah. In the Roll20 chat where the results are being rolled, if you're not already, make sure that you're in the chat of Roll20. There you go.
Got it.
Excellent, excellent. So, yes, you do a mighty cleave that does break a few of those chain links on that chainmail these guys are wearing. And a gout of blood stains the metal as you launch that hefty hand axe in.
This is how it's done, mate.
Yes, absolutely.
Good on you, dwarf.
There you go. And Hearty Silver, it's your turn again.
Hearty Silver goes behind Eros, and what he wants to do is to go under and between Eros's legs and stab.
That is a very good thing to try and do. Eros, are you a man that considers himself very virile? Would you care to roll me a d4 plus 1, please? Alright, well, plus 1, so that is 3. You have a 3-inch schlong, it seems. So I think Hearty Silver will appreciate but be able to avoid the tool of choice. Yes. Hearty, you will slip and slide underneath, and yes, you can do a rapier attack and bonus action disengage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately that is a miss, and you slink and backstab your way out.
I give him inspiration.
Oh, done! Excellent.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, alright.
Empowered by Eros' Schlong, you find the capabilities needed to lance your rapier into this guy's gullet.
Alright. Is it with sneak attack?
Yes, he is very surprised to see you slide underneath Eros' legs. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, very good. Oh. As you come launching your way in, you mortally wound this guy. Your rapier peels back with rivers of blood as the murky water is stained by the hot red crimson liquid. But you quickly back out, and this guy just staggers there, determined, and although you added into it, his gaze goes to Eros and says, "I won't be taken down by the likes of you!" He screams out defiantly, though, again, you know what? Eros and this guy are on similar standings, I gotta say, in terms of how mortally wounded they both look. Mortlock recognizes a one-on-one fight, and he chooses to shoot over to the man behind you guys. And he misses. This guy waits patiently. And then, Eros, it's your turn.
So Eros looks him in the eyes, just remembers every feature in his face, brings up the axe, and yells, "I will take you down today!"
Okay.
And reckless attack.
Ah! Oh, here we go. Balls to the walls. Oh, you've been careful using that, I believe. So that's good. Oh, you didn't need it. But yes, that's a great hit. You strike this guy. How do you want this to happen? Because I think this is your kill. This is you tell me.
I want the battle axe to go through the side of his neck and then just slightly dip inside and opens the chest cavity, and then he just takes his hand and pulls it even further apart.
Oh, very God of War. Very God of War. You do just like rip the top half of that torso with a barbarian rage. Ah! As you do kill this guy dead. And then from the 5 that stormed the gates, only 2 remain, while all of you also remain. This guy is a corpse. You can step over him if you wish.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Dr. Joseph Skackle, it's your turn, controlled by Hearty Silver.
Shoots another Sacred Flame. Just pow, pow, pow.
Yes. The casters are doing a very good backline support, I gotta say. Just really layering in the Sacred Flame and Ray of Frost. Giving you that covery fire. This guy flops tremendously. So surprised to see another one of his own dead with a giant badger in the way. He doesn't get out of the way in time and takes that radiant flame lighting up his form and scoring him just a little bit. And then Radic, it's your turn.
Yeah, same procedure. Again, cover fire.
Gotta be careful with those spell slots in future. But you're low level. It can't be helped. Just, again, you bring your hand forward, you line your fingertips with freezing energies, but then as you just like really struggle through this curse.
Yeah.
This guy, he's gonna have to deal with the giant badger. You just can't ignore. You can't ignore a giant badger.
It's like an elephant in the room. You
Yeah.
can't ignore that.
An elephant in the room and the badger in the
Oh no,
dead
using
kill.
elephant in the room is not appropriate. Loxodon in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, better.
very, very nice. He does score a hit against the badger, but this guy sees Eros, and he... Eros, roll me an intimidation... No, tell me what your passive intimidation is, which is 10 plus your skill in intimidation. Eros? Eros?
Calling Eros to the main.
No, you gotta hold your nose. Holding Eros to aisle 45. Would Eros
Sorry,
please come
I had to go to the door.
It's okay.
12.
Eros, 12. Thank you very much. Who said that?
I did.
12 damage?
Radic, point of inspiration to you. No. Your passive intimidation is 12, which is 10 plus your proficiency in intimidation, which is 2 apparently. Alright. No. You, Charisma. So, this guy looks at you, Eros, and actually, he's not that keen to fight you. He is set off by your sheer power, so instead, he's going to turn his attention over towards Sessek. He rolls a 23 Sessek and does 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
7 points.
Yes.
So 3 of my item is gone, so that take 5. Yes. No.
You 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah. Giant badger turn. Badger, mushroom. He continues to do well with his claws in the back line, killing off this guy bit by hack, as he continues to just sort of scar and twist his claws and fell him to the best of his ability. And Sessek, it's over to you again.
Step right there, and then as a free action, so you have chosen dead. And going to flank him.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Ah!
1 second. Eros, we hear ambulance. Keep in mind. Okay. Yes. With that 21, that is a hit. The 16. The 16 will not be a hit, as this guy is still armed with his shield. But the 21 is a hit. And you do a great deal slashing away at his neck. Definitely, like, working your way in and making use of every single advantage that you can find. This guy between the badger and you definitely gives you the edge for sure. And Asgal, it's now your turn.
Alright, nice. Time to finish this.
Ooh.
Oof. It's literally time to finish this. Good night, guys.
You have your other hand axe.
I don't think I want to.
I mean, you don't have to, but it. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. If you want, I just got an inspiration. Use it.
Oh, so kind of Radic. Yes, that will be a hit. Inspiration declared and spent. Yes. You come in with another... despite how you're prominently right-handed, your left hand seemingly is doing quite well at chopping down some of these guys. Alrighty. As Gale, that should be your turn. Hearty, it's back to you.
Yeah, same procedure. Going on. Actually, he's going over here.
Oh, ballsy. Alrighty.
And I think he stabs.
Alrighty. Hope for the best. You do not get flanking on this guy,
No.
and that is a miss. Fortunately. Alright, Hearty.
Well,
You have your dagger.
I have my dagger. I think I'm going to disengage.
Excellent. Good choice. Good choice. Martlock continues to just be like, oh, bloody hell. Right, Alright, I want you to miss. Will you do it if I want you not to hit him? And lo and behold, as he just like closes his eyes, closes his eyes and just shoots, the crossbow bolt does strike the guy in front of Sessik and shoots him through the head. Martok looks at the crossbow again and just goes, "Alright guys, don't look as you shoot them. It's their weakness." He calls out and says, "That's what we've been doing wrong. We've been looking at them. Don't look at them. Fight blind." Alrighty. Also, Sessik, he just like barely just like took your head off.
Yes.
Yeah. This individual waits. Eros.
Wait, do we hear from the cave where he's in, like...
What was that, Hearty Silver? You asked me something, but then you heard a donk.
Do we hear from the cave where he's in, like...
You mean where that assassin stabbed you? That cave?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Do you hear that?
It's
The
very...
sound effects they're making?
No. It's very, very quiet.
Alright, never mind. I'm gonna try again later.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh! Maybe I misunderstood, but okay. Dr. Joseph Skackle, it's now your turn.
Oh, you skipped me.
I'm sorry. Eros, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna yell again. Surrender. To the last one. You're the only one. You're the only one left alive.
Alrighty. This guy looks back at this whole scene, and he does not like the odds, but he just continues to say. He looks at the situation. You can give me a persuasion check if you like.
Persuasion and intimidation?
You can give me an intimidation check if you like.
Okay.
Alrighty. Oh. No, he hunkers down, he narrows his eyes, and he just says to you, "It doesn't matter if you take me! I will not die fleeing, and I will not be taken alive!" Anyway.
Respect.
Yeah, that's your response, Eros.
Do I still have an action, or is that my action?
You have an action.
Alright, so I'm gonna take a javelin and toss it.
Alrighty. Your giant badger friend and Sessik duck, but he does parry that away with his shield. Dr. Joseph Skackle, it's your turn, and you lose your reckless stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he looks at the big scary man next to him, and he closes his eyes. And shoots.
Alrighty. Yeah, he fails. He fucking fails. He can't. He gets hit by that 7 point of radiant damage. Seriously, fight these guys blind. Radic, it's your turn.
I'm tempted to shoot blind. Okay, I am going to actually, yeah, just another ray of frost. I want to do something, but it won't help.
Oh, if you see, you didn't close your eyes. That's the issue here.
I think so, yeah.
Jeez, so unlucky. This single guy just does and continues his utmost to bash at this badger. He hits the badger and drops it out of badger form, but instead of dropping it out of badger form, the badger gets hit so hard that it kind of gets scurried back into its hole as David begins to bury underground as he leaves the scene. And Cecic, it's now your turn.
Okay. 5, 10. And I'm gonna give him the meanings of what the flaming fist can do. Longsword,
Okay.
bite.
Oh, let's see
6
those
slash.
attacks. They're not loading in Roll20 for me yet.
Me neither.
There we go. Yes, that is a hit on the first bite. Slash longsword, rather. And as you do come towards him, as you do show him what the flaming fist is made of, you do cut his head off. And you guys have all beaten back the cultists, save for one. In the back, after Hearty Silver got mortally wounded, there is one last assassin left. How would you guys like to proceed?
His wedding would it be fine to do a short rest, getting some hit point back.
As your DM, I would have to ask you no.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
have
waiting an hour. Waiting an hour wouldn't make sense. Moving to the other room.
Yes.
Radic will turn around and ask the big guy, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
So Radic asked these questions, and Mortlock, turns to you, and he says, I used to look after the goings on here. I ran this dead free. I ran them, and I was overseeing the. And he's struggling like this in character too. He's like acting this way. And just quickly, Hearty Silver, is that battle music or dungeon music?
I think it's some music when we fight the skeleton thing.
Gotcha.
I think it will be.
Okay. So Mortlock answers and says, I was running the dead free down here. We were going to make the Flaming Fist look inferior. We were going to have so many people dead on their watch they would be run out of town, and when nobody fancies keeping them around, with no more funding, we'd then be taking control of the city. Or at least that's what Mom used to tell us.
Who is we?
My family, the Van Vampers.
So you were running the sect, the cult here. Give us one reason why we shouldn't kill you right now.
Because what do you mean? You're here to help me out, aren't you?
No, we're here to kill the cultists. What you're saying is you're the leader of the cultists.
Well, I oversaw them, but they've turned on me. No, what you saw me fight earlier, that was one of them. No, they've turned on me, and you should keep me alive, because I can take you to where the head of this whole operation is, with my family. They seemingly don't care much for me anymore, so I've got no loyalties to them. And I can spill the beans on a whole host of shady operations that they've been up to.
I take it that the said location is a bit far from here.
What did you mean by that, Cecic?
The location of the cult is said is far from here.
No. If you've gotten this far and you've dealt with all of them in your path, then there's only one left remaining. Vaz, the scum. He's the one that dropped your drow friend there. He's the last one in here, and he's waiting for you all at the other end.
Looks like that we're not in a proper condition, though. Unfortunate, but I will not let that kind of people go either.
Two of you are with the Flaming Fist, aren't you?
That would be me. What about it?
Well, if you can keep me alive, I will point out who on the higher council is corrupt. So that's why you should keep me alive.
I turn to Hearty Silver and say, well, we could ask for more money if we give extra information to them.
Yeah,
Face.
that sounds lovely. Also that guy seems he seems fine, right?
I don't think it's fine, but information can pay. What do you guys think?
I
think
say
he goes in purpose.
1 second. Do you just kind of say, "Be right back with you"? Bubba-deep, 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 bubba-deep. And who am I missing? Oh yeah, bubba-deep. There you go.
Good doctors. Do you have any means to get a little bit of our wounds mended?
Hearty Silver, that's for you to answer, I suppose.
What? Sorry?
Sessic is...
I'm asking Dr. Joseph if he have any means that he could at least mend the wounds at the moment.
I can try to patch something up. I don't think I have the power to continue to do magic to heal, though.
He does not. Well,
I think
it seems he
he
has
does
his
have channel
channel divinity.
yeah, he still have channel divinities.
Channel divinity?
In the core page, look at what I just quoted in chat, Hearty Silver. Channel divinity is a cleric thing where, after a rest, Dr. Joseph Skackle can get everybody healed up a certain amount.
Alright, let's do this!
Oh, that's discipline of life, sorry. I mean, channel divinity, preserve life. There we go.
Okay. Then I do this.
Okay, so let's work it out. It's second level. You can invoke that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level 10. Not on spells here. So 10 hit points. Dr. Joseph Skackle can share amongst everybody that is below half health. So yes, as a gal, because you're not hurt, you don't take any damage. And ooh, I heard the bing of somebody that donated. Master Mage just subscribed. Oh, Master Mage, thank you for subscribing to me. I don't know what that means necessarily, but I'm grateful for it. Thank you so very much. Sorry, back to the game. I was excited there and I'm very scared. I don't hear that sound. So yes, Dr. Joseph Skackle can heal. You got a pool of 10 hit points. Radic can get healed back to 4. Hearty Silver can get healed back to 7. Sessic can get healed back to 9. Eros can get healed back to 11, because if all 10 went into him, it wouldn't get him back to 12.
I give all to Hearty. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I think
Actually,
3 points to Hearty.
1 second. Radic, what were you going to say?
Radic will say, give my share to Eros. He'll be on the front line. I can stay back and keep hidden.
Radic,
Alright,
There's no point. There's no
well-
point.
you are a very considerate wizard.
Actually, I'm just being
Practical.
logical here. Yeah. 3 points
Alright.
ain't gonna help me much, but might keep him alive for an extra turn.
So I think he's going to give 2 to Hearty, 3 to Radic.
No, give it to Eros.
Oh, so he gives the remaining 8 to Eros.
Alright, there you go.
Now Hearty look like an asshole because he took the. Nobody else is like. Everybody's like, give it to Eros. Hearty's like, okay.
I mean, you give some to Sessic, can't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Give him at least one.
Ah yeah, I wanted. All right. So let's do
Split it
That's-
free.
Yeah, no, 4-4. 4 to Sesek, 4 to Eros, right?
Yep.
No, you can't. You can't give
Okay.
him 4. They'll be past his half. You can't go past half.
Incorrect.
No.
Eros
No, I
can
think it's-
receive 4 hit
yeah.
points, which will bring him up to 6. No, bring him up to 5. And half of Eros's hit points is 12.5, rounded down to 12. So, Eros, after you receive 4 hit points, you're still going to be 7 hit points away from half your health.
No, I'm talking about Sesek.
Oh, in terms of Sesek, you're quite right. Sesek can only receive 1 hit point, and then she is at half, yes.
Okay. So 1
Yeah, I
and
take 1.
7.
Okay, I'll take 7.
Radic, are you sure you don't want any help?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll keep my distance.
Alright.
Make sure I don't go down.
Yeah. So, Shackle slowly puts his hands up, breathes in and breathes out, and everybody feels better.
Very much like
Okay.
that.
As it goes, if I don't, I rarely ask for people to go on front line recklessly, but you're the one the most help. I believe you would be at best right now to spearhead our expeditions and attempt to rush another guys that we are still missing that need to be dealt with. Would you mind that?
Wait.
He's talking to the dwarf.
I'm talking to Asagel.
Oh, okay.
One other thing, just while you're taking care of this, Mortlock comes in front of you and he kind of says, if you're still deciding whether to keep me alive or not, I mean, might get lucky, might be able to kill some of you if I wanted to turn, but why don't you have a look over here and see the kind of trove that I wouldn't get in your way taken for my protection. And inside this chamber, you do see a real treasure trove. Oh, and that is...
Auga.
Wow, what a sound from cartoon history. Hearty Silver. Hearty Silver, do you Scrooge McDuck into here?
Hell yeah, Scrooge McDuck. He's breaking his nose on the impact because it's like gold coins, but yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Don't just make sure you don't crack your neck from it. Just jumping into a pool of money.
Alright, so rather than a pool of money, there are 4 chests here. And Mortlock suggests that if you've managed to de-shackle some of the others earlier, then you've got the keys to open these chests. And you do. You bring the keys over, you take the keys to the chests, and they unlock. And let me describe to you what you find.
Before you do that, can Radek say something?
Yeah.
May I make a suggestion? We found some spells books earlier. I'm not interested in gold. If I could have those, you guys could have my share of this treasure. If everybody agrees. And he's talking
Right.
of specifically those free spell books that we found earlier. He really wants them.
Well, I'm not the type to use spellbook myself, so go ahead. You have my approval.
Is everybody okay with that?
I don't see why not. Why not give the spells to the wizard? It's not any use to me.
You can keep the storybooks.
Okay, in that case, you may have my share of the loot. Divide it as you wish.
Oh no, Radek, the siren from Eros has come to you.
Sorry, I'll close my balcony. Sorry about that.
It's okay, man.
That's what happens when you live in the city. You live in the city, right, Radek? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I live exactly by the main street, and that happens quite a lot in the evening.
No worries, no worries.
The hospital is like 200 meters away, so they park here.
Alrighty, so you guys open the chests and allow me to tell you what you find. Chest 1 holds 4,500 copper pieces and 2 red crystal vials with gold stoppers. and each vial is a potion of fire breath. The second chest contains 10 agates, gems that are worth 10 gold pieces each, scattered amid 1,250 silver pieces. The third chest contains a delicate porcelain dragon mask resting on a bed of 2,400 copper pieces and 500 silver pieces. And finally, the fourth chest contains a crown with 5 spires. Each spire is shaped and painted to resemble one of the 5 kinds of dramatic dragons: black, blue, green, red, and white. And that one sticks out very prominently and has a chest all to itself.
Wow.
Radic just looks through the spell books. He doesn't even care.
Awesome.
How
The
does
mask, the mask interests
says-
arrows. The dragon mask, he interests arrows. He looks at it and he's like, "This is pretty cool." He puts it
Hearty
on-
Silver says, "Well, I did find the secret room, you know."
Are you trying to claim finders keepers, Radic? No, Hearty Silver.
He just says it. Doesn't have to mean anything.
He's
Okay.
a bit greedy.
Awesome.
By the way, where's David?
David just seemed to have scampered off into the dirt and didn't rise back out again.
Eros, any idea where David might have went?
No clue. He was there a second ago, and then he just vanished.
It's possible that he probably get hit too hard that he actually believed he was a badger. I'm not sure. Don't ask me. I'm not
I
sure.
love that so much, actually. Eros, would you be cool if your friend David just accidentally got convinced he was actually a badger and went off to live a badgery life?
Yeah, that would be funny and hilarious. But I question what are my motivations for the game, because he's supposed to be like a father figure to me.
I know, but I incentivized in no way that he leave, but he has left us all the same. So I think you're gonna need to find a new
backstop.
charge to look after.
Let's just say for now that David has disappeared and we'll work it into somehow.
Yes.
Radic will
Yeah.
tell, Radic will
It
tell
will-
Eros, we'll find him, don't worry. He must
It would be a
around.
great subplot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, while you guys discuss all that, I just, as I go, I just sneaks close to the gold, all there, and shiny.
Don't worry, Eros. Don't worry, Eros. We'll find that, David.
Sounds good. Thanks, Radic.
Already.
Radic is taking a fond of David, so
Oh, nice. So Mortlock looks at you all and he's just like, well, what do you say? All that yours, I won't put up a fight with it. And besides, my enemies are going to be your enemies. It doesn't stop here, but before we progress on, there is just the matter of Vaz in the chamber beyond. The prick will have a last hurrah. He fancies himself an agent of death.
Right.
By the
Well,
way,
yeah.
what
Sorry.
I wanted to say, do we hear from the room? Do we hear?
Why would you hear that? From what
It's
room?
Like stepping angrily, like waiting. Come on.
No, like
Oh.
he's beating his broom.
Oh, jeez. No, you don't hear that. I like the idea. He doesn't tap his foot, as funny as that might be. He is quietly waiting there. Just hands held down, skull face shown, waiting patiently.
Van Vamper, what can you do to help us? What do you know about that entity there?
Well, I do know just a little bit. That guy, he's no ordinary man anymore. He's given himself over to the worship of Baal. He he does indeed have a great presence concerning killing that which is often hard to kill. That dagger that he sports, when in his hands, it often means that creatures that would otherwise be hardy, like an elemental maybe, or a construction, all living things feel the sharp point of that dagger, regardless of how much protection they have on them.
You seem like a smart guy.
Really?
You came here prepared. Anything you can help us with? If you want to have us kill him? It is your life at stake, by the way. And I'm going to try not intimidating him, but persuading him if he has anything useful, any other secrets he's keeping, or any items that are useful.
I got you. No need for the persuasion. Just know that he is seemingly quite happy to work with you. He says, well, I mean, I also know that he's prone to, like, throwing his head around. That skull head of his isn't just for show. It's basically the same as like a frying pan in terms of its thickness. He often uses it. He used it a couple of times to just take the full brunt of me and my great club, so he can stand his ground to the best of them. Now, I also can tell you, is in that room adjacent, some of the statues there, they can affect an individual. Just keep away from the statue of Bane. If you get too close, the god's presence kind of forces you to kneel in front of him. You don't want that when you're facing off with him.
Okay. While everybody else is doing what they're doing, Radek will just take a look at the corpses that are around here, see if he can find anything useful.
You look at the corpses, and Mortlock joins you and simply says, just the rest of the bunch that tried to kill me, along with Vaz. It was part of my older brother's plot. I ran this place, and I set the cultists to go kill, but Amric fancied that I wasn't needed anymore, and he's hated me. He doesn't like seeing me in the family, so he talked to these piles of human filth while I wasn't looking, and convinced them to try and stab me in the back, and, well, being that they're worshippers of Baal, they had pretty good odds, honestly. I'm bleeding out, I'm fucking hurting badly here, and look at me, I'm a big lad. If you guys hadn't have come when you had, Vaz may well have finished the job.
Will you be able to live a much better life, more toward the path of light, after all this is said and done?
Sure, whatever. Well, I'm not going to promise you that my first actions are going to be good, but that's going to have to wait. For now, Vaz is a witness to me being alive, and if you leave him alive, he will come back with more bloody vengeance. He'll wait till the den of night to kill all of you and me when you're least expect it, so it's about time we finish with him now, and then we can talk all you need to.
Right. Just make sure stay behind and do whatever you can do with the crossbow of yours.
Yeah, improving your aim would be a good start.
I mean, it only worked out when I started firing blindly, but I don't want to risk that around him. I'll keep behind in case one of you drops, sure, but he's a terrible agent of death. So I'm gonna not interfere with your fight with him to the best of my ability.
I will Asagos, would you like to do the honors?
My boys are thirsty for blood.
So let's gather the
There's
treasure
just
and
way to know
Yeah.
the truth.
Yes.
One
Uh,
second, please, gentlemen. 1 second, please. Radek, what were you trying to say? Let's get at the treasure.
yeah, I was saying let's gather the treasure if you guys want it, and let's move on.
Hardy
we-
Silver gets as much as he can on him, and also he puts on the personing dragon mask.
Oh, excellent. All right, excellent. Please add the porcelain dragon mask to your equipment, and yeah, just start loading up with money. But yeah, you know how to update your money, don't you, Hearty Silver?
Yeah.
Excellent. It's just in the equipment. You can just fill in.
How many more?
You guys divided 5 ways. I took the books.
You
Story-wise.
may want to add these bits of money to loot or notes, and then check back with it later. Because again, for now,
Can you make a separate handout for that so that we can put it in?
separate handout.
You can use the notes one that's there, where the
Yeah.
Song of Elun is, or El Truel, or whatever the guy's called.
Let's just put it in like a party bag.
You know what?
Yeah.
Just give me a second here. Oh, that went a bit weird.
Yeah, when we call it a stash, and then as long as in the stash we cannot, like, some of the items does not come to our inventory unless we pull it out from the stash.
I can't seem to get rid of all that, so I'm just going to paste that back in and cancel. Alright, I'll just make another character, and I'll just call it Stash. And it's in everybody's journal.
I put it in notes. I put everything you wrote in notes.
Okay, well, you now have a guy called Stash. And there you
Okay.
go.
I'll move it.
Alrighty. Yes, Ashgal. You see this skull-headed figure awaiting you.
Right, so I walk calmly in the room. And so this is the guy you guys were afraid of.
Yeah, this is the guy that very, very, very closely killed Hearty Silver.
Elves are fragile in those pointy ears. Then Azaghal turns to the humanoid and says, Oi! Oi! Are you the ones that hit my friend pointy ears?
The skull-headed humanoid produces a terrible-looking dagger, and as he does so, he turns to you and he just goes, I did kill, for a short time, your drow friend. Do you want to be next? Baal awaits your soul.
Azaghal then hits one handle axe and the other, makes the sparks flying away. He said, you can try. Skullface, let's see how good and strong you are. I'm anxious.
Alrighty. Well, Asgol has got like a critical part of the initiative, so you may step up first, Ashgal.
Right, so I just, charge, hack, and slash.
Yes, hang on. Is this what you wanted? Oh, this is good. Yeah, this is good. Alright. You come charging right before this this individual, merely with a simple, very, very ornate, curvy dagger, though, and a skull for a head. Make your attacks. As you strike at him, though for a change your first strike is good, this individual simply steps out of the way. Pensive cobra fast strikes quickly step him out of the way of what would have been a hit, as he carefully plans your strike, and you quickly follow that with your second hand axe attack, and that one is a hit. You strike at a humanoid body underneath that coat, and a bit of no blood. No blood comes away from your dagger, but you definitely know you've hacked into some kind of a meat skin.
Fast you are. I like this.
And his empty Ghost Rider skull head with its empty eyes looks back at you, and he goes, "So you enjoy courting death? Is that it?"
Those for the Underdark courts death every day, my friend. You shall taste my blades one more time before I fall.
Alright. Hearty Silver, it's your turn next, and you've spent this time wallowing in all the gold.
Hell yeah, I do.
Point of inspiration for not backing down. But, yeah, it's your turn. Initiative is happening. You have an enemy to kill.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, the team will get involved in what is a CR5 guy. Maybe, I hope. I hope. Don't have to, but it'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm,
Okay,
getting
he
a little-
uses dash to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. From here. Alright.
Mm.
Boom. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder. To Asgard.
Hearty, what are you doing?
That's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting.
Yes, you do dash as a bonus action. Yes, that rapier attack is a hit, and yes, you get sneak attack.
Alright.
Oh, you do get this very good strike in, and this cold, deathly figure with its skeletal head bobs a little bit at your presence and goes, you've come back. I take it you're very eager for more.
He just smiles.
Okay. Hardy, so what are you up to? I got
I
it.
think he's
Alrighty, there we go. Yeah. Skip. No, not Akip. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Hearty Silver. Your turn is done. Mortlock comes in and he just says, he cocks his heavy crossbow and he does say, alright, but I'm keeping to the back of this fight. And he steps over to here. He cocks his heavy crossbow. He aims it towards Vaz. And he just says, Tunis, you damn death agent! And unfortunately, he misses, just striking nearby one of the statues behind this skeletal man. Vaz then turns to you, Ashaga. Well, geez, I need to remember your name, and you can't appear as Ranzor for me. Players, yes, Azagal. And he simply kind of brings forward that sparkling weapon. He says to you, I do not like creatures that get away from my death's grip. Would you consider just standing there? He says towards you, Ashagal, as those cold, empty eyes look towards you. And he makes his eyes just kind of like look straight towards you. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as you stare towards death.
Wisdom.
Oh!
Oh, that's awesome.
As you look into those empty eyes, you'll former brashness, your readiness to fight, quickly evaporates like a matchstick in the frozen fjords, as you suddenly lose all of that fieriness just for the briefest of moments, as you have become stunned as the condition applies. And you have that as your indicator. And that is his turn, otherwise. Eros, it's your turn.
How long is he stunned for?
Unclear to your eyes, you Eros player, PC.
I gotcha. Arrows runs in, hearing the throes of battle, and just I think that's 30 feet right there. Let me see.
Think so.
You can get to 30 behind him if you move into the diagonal from the door.
I suppose so.
Would I get advantage?
Yeah.
Yes, you would be flanking beside this guy. Now you must stop, and I must tell you a thing. As you step here, you're reminded of the warnings that Mortlock warned you of. As you step to this statue, he kind of calls out, "No, not there!" And as you do so, you stand before the statue to Bane. This large, intimidating figure. And I need you to make me a charisma saving throw, please. Eros.
Yeah.
Need you to make me... Yeah, okay, no. Unfortunately, as you stand before the statue of Bane, though you were thinking about other things, the presence of that statue sharply and immediately, weighs over you. The 6-foot-tall wooden markings of this statue, with his gauntlet holding a blood-red spear upwards, just so overwhelms your presence that you feel yourself feeling that sheer intimidating presence pressed down heavily upon you, like a Dragon Ball Z character feeling the destroyer of worlds, like, power levels pressed down on you. Just like legit, seriously.
That's a nice reference.
Yeah. And you go to your knees before this guy. He's just a statue, but even then, his sheer conquering presence bends you. And you cannot take actions or reactions this turn.
Okay. So I have my turn.
Yes.
What is this presence?
It's the presence of Bane. You may repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. Meanwhile, the skeleton, well, the rather skeletal-headed creature, turns around towards you, and though his mouth can't move from its taut bone teeth smirk, it just kind of gives a bit of a kind of sound quietly, as you have positioned yourself just how he wanted you to. Dr. Joseph Skakel, it's now your turn.
Hey, look, I have a really good. I think I nailed the Joseph Skakel impression right now.
Oh, okay. Yes, why don't you give me that impression?
Come on. Wait, isn't he here? Wait.
Yeah, he's in the voice channel. He's just being muted, so give me your voice impression.
Damn it, I wanted to
I'm here, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Here, that is my impression. You heard it?
You've not said anything yet, Hearty Silver. Just do your impression. You can mute yourself
His impression
again.
was Dr. Skekel actually talking.
Oh. You can mute yourself again, driving Dr. Joseph Skakel.
Hashtag.
Let's not disturb him as he is driving home
Alright.
listening.
Yeah. So, Joseph Skakel, boom, boom, boom. Uses Sacred Flame.
Excellent. This guy's going to make a bit of a dexterity saving throw. He very easily, nimbly makes his way away from that sacred flame, keeping, just like very quickly moving with tremendous speed as he does avoid that strike. And Radic, it's now your turn.
Okay, just DM question before I take my turn.
Yes.
Since as our last discussions about books, I can basically tear up a page out of the spell book and use it as a scroll, right?
Yes.
And that disappears permanently.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, Radic will move behind them, Vamter or whatever the guy's name is. Will rip out Tasha's hideous laughter out of the book he just received and say, let's put this to good use, and I'm going to cast Tasha's hideous laughter on him.
Excellent. You take the briefest of looks over the page scroll. You look at its details and just quickly trace out the gestures, not really knowing fully how your gestures and sounds affect the weave, but seemingly it's a combination that works, and you reach out and perform a Tasha's hideous laughter spell.
Okay, I'll remove that from. I have notes of what each spell book has, and I'll remove them as I cast them.
Okay, excellent. This will be a wisdom saving throw, right? Yes.
Yeah, 13.
This individual begins to chuckle a little bit, and he does give a bit of a and he resists it. He shakes it off as you cast that on him. And he kind of looks back over the crowd and he goes, I don't need magical influence to make me laugh. Once I'm done with all of you, I shall find plenty to spend my evenings enjoying the thought of. And
Okay,
that will be his turn.
That's my turn as well.
Yeah, oh, sorry, your turn, yes. Sesik, it's now your turn.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Let me use some free action. Can I do anything to identify what he is becoming? This guy.
It's strange. Obviously, the skeleton would make it sound like he's an undead, but a lot of him is still beating. You know, like blood beating, heart beating, so on and so forth. Yeah. I can't tell you more than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, something tell me I can't flank. Everybody is not in the state of flanking each other, and I don't want to stand there because what heroes have become have told me that that is not a good way to stand next to a statues. First,
No.
rude. Second,
Sesek, if you have movement 10 feet, you can move in front of the dwarf, attack, and move back, I think. I think we did that last session as well, and it worked.
yeah,
This guy will get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
true. But I'm not going to. Probably it's best if I stand there. That's not going to be effect because I not stand directly to statue, right? Or does it like 5-foot range like this?
5-foot range like that, as you say. But that's not the statue quite to worry about. The statue above you is a statue to Baal. It has a harlequin mask. And that harlequin mask is kind of being worn over its face. The statue to the south is Merkel. And there's nothing more I need to say about that. But the statue in the middle is the statue to Bane. And that has the area where there's clearly something that's affecting Eros.
Yes. In any case, I'm going to attack from here.
Okay.
Eat this, brow spawn.
For the first attack, he does just kind of like take your sword by his teeth And he goes, it doesn't taste very nice. And he then just like spits it back out. But the bite that you do lands on his shoulder. And you feel that beneath that cloak there is something fleshy there. There is a living person, despite there being only a skull head to him.
Bite of justice.
A bite of justice indeed. And he will take that much damage. Alrighty. Now, as a gal, you are still stunned by that deathly gaze that you witnessed. At the end of your turn, you must make me another wisdom saving throw, please.
Alright.
You remain frozen in place. Vaz looks to you, Hearty Silver, and he says, "You came at me 4-on-1. Now it's 2-on-1. Both of your strongest are frozen in place." And he bears that dagger towards you, Hearty Silver, and he kind of just says, "Do you feel safe? Maybe you can get away. But I'll kill until I can claim that soul that you stole away from me. That was my kill to Baal, and I will get it back soon." And Hearty Silver, it's your turn.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Mm.
He... The rape.
A miss.
A miss,
It's
and he
flanking.
disengages.
Oh, flanking, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Flanking because of Sessic, that's a hit.
Yeah. Alright.
Excellent. You give a nice, thick, juicy stab through him, going through some organs, as this individual kind of goes, so determined to cling to life. Very compelling work. Very nice, he says. And yeah, you can disengage and back off. Seemingly, you are very close beside a statue of what appears to be Merkel. And I will say no more about that situation.
Is the Merkel one the cursed one?
Well, I can't
So
answer
far,
that.
we know that the ball, the one next to Eros.
Yeah,
Alright.
so far as you know is a correct terminology. The Baal one, the Bane one, here, seems to be what has Eros bending to his knees. Bless you. Mortlock comes forth and levels a crossbow bolt towards Vaz, and he says, "Alright, just get shot and let's be done with it already." What? He misses, and he says, "Damn it! I needed to close my eyes!" And Vaz kinds
That
of...
was unexpected.
Vaz kinds of looks at you, Hearty Silver, and he just goes, "Very well. Which one of these shall I kill first?" He sees the prone Eros. He kind of just like, in the quick 6 seconds, does he go, You. The Paladin, I think, will have to do. Since they still have the will to fight me. Yes, I'll take your life next. And, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Okay, fucking shit. He was being a pussy last turn. Alright, shit. Alright. What the fuck?
Just crit, is it?
No, different. He makes a similar gaze towards you, Sessic, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw. That is a failure, and you get stunned as well. Damn. And he goes to make a dagger attack on you. Oh my god. And then he doesn't get anywhere that turn. He just plays with it, and he then goes to try and stab you again. He rolls a 26 and does 7 points of piercing damage. Just
On me?
digging the knife firmly into your shoulder, and just as that curvy, wavy knife of his, just digging in deeper and deeper as
Does
you
it
just.
break the stunt though?
What's that?
Does it break the stunt?
It does not.
Mm-hmm.
It does not break the stun.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's putting a level 5 in a level 2. D&D always done that.
Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. Also, one keynote, before I forget, Ashigal, you are no longer stunned. Wait. Yes, that's right. Let me just double check that. End of its next turn. Ah. Yes, when this guy is finished, you are no longer stunned.
Yeah, because if it like stun continue, that is just overpowered.
No. But you are now out of stunned, and that is his turn. Eros, the presence of Bane continues to dwell on you heavily, causing you to kneel profusely to it as that great weight bears down upon you. But you try and bring forth and muster your own indomitable spirit. Give me another charisma saving throw, please. And you crush back to your knees, too heavy with the encompassing presence of Bane before you. Dr. Joseph Skackle, it's your turn now. Controlled by Hearty Silver or Dr. Joseph.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sacred Flame!
Excellent. The assassin easily dodges away from it.
Joseph Skeckles shrugs.
Yeah, fair enough. Radek, it's your turn.
Radek frantically searches through the books, grabs another page, tears out, and he's gonna cast Magic Missile.
Ooh, it's costly, but yes. Yeah, it'll be a first level.
Yeah. This would be, let's see, I think it's
4d4.
3 darts.
Oh,
But it's 3 darts, right?
it sounds possible.
Yeah, 3 glowing darts, so I need to roll this 3 times, so I'm going to do it once.
Yeah, but it's all on the same guy, so just make it 3d4 plus 3. Or that, yes.
I'll just do it that because I want to do something different. The first 2 will target the character there.
Yes.
And this last one will hit the head of the statue that Eros is kneeling down.
Okay.
Trying to destroy whatever magic is there.
Okay. Interesting. Let me just see about this.
I'm not sure if it's possible, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Damn it.
Okay, let me see. You blast off the head of this wooden statue, and immediately the effect does drop for Eros. Eros, you are still prone, but the presence of Bane no longer weighs on you. And likewise, you feel a little cheated. In a way, you never feel that you actually had an opportunity to beat Bane back. It's not anything in particular I want you to focus on, but it is something that your character feels. It feels very much that you didn't win. You were succumbed to the presence of Bane, and you couldn't break out of it. Your friends saved you. Whether these feelings are correct to how your character usually thinks doesn't matter. It's the feelings that you're having right now. And you then will dismiss them and move on later. But you do blast Vaz pretty well in the second times. Now, Sessik, you are stunned. And you are still stunned. And we move on to Azagal.
All right. So just hack and slash the dude.
Well, he does definitely need a hack and slash. He needs to be brought low by this point, having brutally messed up your friends. Oh, a miss, unfortunately. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's it. What kind of fighter did you become, and do you get to choose at level 2 or level 3?
Level 3, unfortunately.
Ah, well, whatever. It's still a crit, and that would have not changed much. But all right, excellent. Yes, roll damage. So that is a great hit. Very nice. You do cut across a piece of that robe, just again showing more evidence that there is actually a humanoid inside that robe, even though it is badly cut up and scarred. But no blood. No blood seemingly comes from him easily, it seems, like drawing blood from a stone. And he looks at that, and he kind of looks back at you. Hearty Silver, it's your turn. You fail to hit.
Disengage.
Alrighty. Yes. Mortlock comes in and he just tries again with the heavy crossbow. A 20! He does strike at Vaz, but as the arrow does, like, it's a bolt. The heavy bolt comes searing across. Vaz brings forth that dome-headed skull of his and deflects the projectile off his head, and it just singes and goes into the wall behind him, completely deflecting it. Mortlock goes, "Ah, hells! I hate when you do that!" he says. And it becomes Raz's turn again. He turns round to you, Eros, and says, "I really don't want to have to deal with you two. Let's send you to sleep, shall we?" And he goes to stab you while you are still prone. He rolls a 15, which is a hit, and does 8 points of piercing damage to you, Eros.
I'm down.
Yes.
Doc is back just in time.
Yes. You fall before the statue, and he just kind of just like looks you and gives a bit of a shh, nighty night. As he just like very calmly sort of says that. And then he turns to you, Sessic, and he just goes, "Now for you. I really don't want to have to suffer your paladin-like nature. So let's send you to sleep too, shall we?" And as you are kind of stunned there, fucking shit. Fucking shit. Fuck me. Fucking me. He rolls a critical hit, but because you're stunned, he has advantage, as normally would be the case. And he just, like, cuts you right underneath your lungs. Now, it is such a...
damage is it?
10 points of damage. You are not killed outright, but I am going to say that because this guy is this guy, on a crit, I'm going to automatically give you 1 point of failure.
Don't worry, Cessic. I'm going to you next. I'm going to grab you, then the other one.
I'm at 0, so you don't have to stabilize me.
Yeah, I'm going for Cessic first.
Vaz then turns to you, Hearty Silver, and he just goes, "I've had fun watching you dodge in and out. Now you're going to stay in that corner for me." And he turns his gaze towards you, and I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Hearty.
Tree action. Jesus.
Yep. Hearty Silver, ye fear envelops you as this guy has just like dropped 2 of your friends, and the wound that you've had in your side just like pulses and aches terribly. It even begins to bleed, almost like out of shock. The blood flow in your body just like... Yeah?
Puts his head in the corner and like...
Yay! Excellent, yes. Point of inspiration if I haven't already given it to you.
Yay!
Yeah, but you just like go to the corner and you just... Oh, no! Yes, as he does look you down. It's only Azagal that still looks as hearty as he did to begin with. And Vaz just kind of turns to you and just goes, I hope you won't get in the way. I would like to take all of you with me before you and I have to come to some sort of terms. Now, Eros, make me a death saving throw, please. DC 13.
I landed at 0, so I should be no stabilized.
What's that, sorry?
I landed at 0, so I think I'm stabilized.
Incorrect. In my game, although, yes, that sounds reasonable on paper, but 0 is the state that you're dying at. Now, if I had said he hit you like that non-lethally, then yes, you would not be dying. But 0 is the bare minimum I need you on to start dying. And
Don't
that
worry,
is
you'll be
what's happened right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a death save.
That is a pass. So that's 1 pass to you. Alrighty. Dr. Joseph Skakel, it's now your turn.
Is
You
it
know,
here?
walk up to here, kind of just feel like they forgot about the healer. Kind of touching cleric, the one who can prevent all death. And today, you shall have no victims.
Excellent. So you cast Spare the Dying, correct?
Yep.
Marvelous. Sessic, you are no longer dying, but until you receive magical healing, you will not recover awake and conscious.
Is there any way I could kind of taunt him with that, saying, "No, you're not killing anyone today"? Make him focus more on me.
You can, and no check is required. Vaz turns to you and just goes, "Oh, you are hungry to meet your maker. I'm gonna show it to you. Oh, it'd be my pleasure." And yeah, that is your turn, Dr. Joseph Skakel.
I'm gonna take the hit.
All right. Yeah, I see you got that AC. You may feel differently when he starts stabbing you.
Oh yeah, I probably will, but
I like it. Radic, it's your turn. Radic?
Radic flips through the books angrily. I traded all of this,
Ugh.
but not gain anything. Finds another page he likes, tears it open, and casts another magic missile.
Oh, beautiful. Were you aiming it all on him?
All on him.
Oh, excellent. Oh, yes. 11 points of damage. On that, you significantly... Dr. Joseph Skakel, who is that? Is that your alter ego?
Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Vaz here is bombarded by that magic missiles, and he is significantly damaged. You're seeing some cracks in his skeletal being kind of show up as he just goes, "Ah! I can't get a chance to deal with you all so later. I'm gonna have to kill you so much quicker. Fine. If you're determined to make yourselves that much of a nuisance, then let's just do it." Sessic, you are stable, but you're not dying. Azagal, it's your turn.
Boy, it's you and me now, hellish fiend.
Miss, unfortunately. But the second hand axe is a hit. Oh, you strike at him, and you can tell that he's running low.
Can I use an inspiration point for the first strike?
Yes you can.
So boom.
Alright, roll damage again. As you do strike out again, this man kind of like... This man is getting quite desperate, as it turns out. And as you do land these 2 strikes, he instead brings up his head way down to your hand axes and deflects them twice. And you can tell by how his head's looking around that he is starting to get a bit desperate here. Those
Smell fear.
he says, fine, if I am going soon, I promise I'll take at least one of you with me. And Hearty Silver, it's your turn.
I said to him, at least one. Wasn't the plan to kill all of us? And he stabs. Oh wait, do I have a negative effect?
No, you will not get advantage because Sessic is
No,
not
no,
a
he
conscious
means-
friend.
Does he have the negative effect? That little thing that he has on top of his head. I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Fear or-
God, yes you do. Yes, you do.
Oh yeah. So I can't move.
No,
Right.
you can't. You are stunned as the condition applies.
Okay, so he still screams to the wall, but now like a little calmer voice. So it was. Now it's.
Epic. Epic. Mortlock comes by and he goes, "Go on, you've almost got him!" His attack, unfortunately, goes a little wider. He just goes, "Ah, damn it! You can do it, Azaghal! I barely know you, but I reckon you can down this son of a bitch!" And now it is his
Matt?
turn.
Come at me, you paltry specter.
He looks at you and he just says, "Fine then."
Oh, I will say I do have a kind of Madden.
You are Azaghal again. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh.
Oh, you're not having his bullshit today. No. But he then
Beats
turns.
on the floor and said, No, I'm no longer afraid of you.
He then turns his way towards you, Dr. Joseph Skackle, and will go to stab you twice. He rolls a 20 and does 9 points of piercing damage.
And I'm out.
I'm out! Who's gonna arrest me? Hello? Is this thing on?
Yep.
Alrighty. Yes, you are currently bleeding out, Dr. Joseph Skackle. The second dagger attack. The second dagger attack, he moves down to here, and he goes to Hearty Silver, and he says, "Now for me to claim your life again." Now, I'm going to double check that a stunned creature has advantage to be hit, which I believe is going to be the case. Stunned creature is incapacitated. See, automatically fails. Attack rolls have advantage, and let's just see Oh, hello, noisy people in the background.
Sorry, that was me.
Okay, can't take actions, reactions. All right. He is going to stab you with advantage, Hearty Silver. He's going to roll a 19, and he's going to do 9 points of piercing damage to you.
TPK. TPK.
That was a loud
TPK.
noise. Oh my goodness. And he just kind of looks at you all and says, "Oh, this has been very fun. I know I'm going to take one of you with me." Eros, make me that death saving throw, please. Ah, ha, ha. If it was a crit, you could come back with 1 hit point. But that's a 19, and we're going to move on. Dr. Joseph Skackle, make me a death saving throw, please.
Yep.
You had to taunt him. You had to taunt
did.
him. That is 1 failure, and also you do not have any more of your channel divinity anymore.
Yeah. I know. I talked to Hart.
Radek, it's your turn.
Radix desperately looking through the books, finds one more spell, and I'm gonna cast Sleep so that I catch all the unconscious people and him.
Oh, Radek, this is becoming your signature move. Yeah, cast Sleep. Oh, this is excellent.
Why doesn't it?
Cast sleep like you normally do?
Wait. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
That's okay.
There we go.
This guy makes no wisdom saving throws. Yeah. He stands there and he just goes, "No, what? No. What is
Fuck yeah.
and
Oh, this feels so good.
he collapses with a dagger in hand and he goes to sleep. Well done, Radek!
Yeah, all my spells are fucking gone from the book I just traded.
You've got 3 books. They can't all be spent now.
Actually, I'm cheating here a bit because I only cast spells that I already have.
Okay, very well. From the book, though.
Yeah, from the book. I'm ripping pages from the book. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. That's awesome. Oh, Master Mage says nice, and also he said, "Sorry, I'm quiet. I'm at the edge of my seat," and he just screamed out a nice. So well done, guys. But people are still dying. You are not out of the woods yet.
Okay, now I'm guessing we have 1 minute, right?
Yes.
Can I use a free action before anything else happens to scream something?
Yeah, what would you like to scream?
Stabilize everybody, then kill him.
Okay, excellent. Mortlock says, can I deal with the killing him part?
We can all deal with the kill him part.
It would be real easy.
You're gonna miss again. I'll finish this.
Okay, so I'm going to try and stabilize our doctor first.
Okay, but you have spent your action on sleep, so you just can only move there.
Yeah, I will just move here for now, and I'll wait my turn.
Let me just get reminded about your curse, by the way. Because that's still very much a thing that's going on with you.
Yeah, crap. I forgot about it. Hopefully it's not going to interfere.
Kind of noises like that. Let's have a little look.
So I heard about a curse. I didn't hear what the curse was.
I don't know what the curse is. Only
Okay,
the DM knows.
I'll make a mention of this. Essentially, you have vulnerability to necrotic damage, if that comes up.
Then I'm freaking fine. I'm dandy.
Look, I know you're fine, but there can be some thematic stuff to this, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You are freaking fine, though, yes. That is your turn. Sessic, you're stable. Azagal, you need to start making some medicine checks to save your friends. Now, as we've learned, if another creature does a medicine check and it's a 13 or higher, it's not one pass to the list. It is a complete stabilization. Is that what we decided last time?
I think so.
I thought you said the opposite.
No, the opposite. Yeah, actually, the opposite happened. I don't remember what we decided.
All right.
No, you decided the opposite.
All right. All right. I'm pretty sure you guys told me what I just said was how it's done in the book, and I said I wanted to do the opposite. So I'm going to continue with that. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate your honesty. Azagal, you need to start making some medicine checks on people. Dr. Joseph Skackle is dying. Eros is dying, and Hearty Silver is bleeding out, dying.
All right, so let's go for the doctor first.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, that is not a success, but you don't make the situation worse.
I can do one more, I think, right?
No, you
Surrounded by
cannot.
Ballad medicine.
Right, I cannot.
No. You can only do one medicine check or one skill check, an action, really. Especially in this case. Dr. Joseph Skackle, what were you trying to groan out?
I feel the pain of bad medicine,
Oh, yes.
of incompetence.
Hearty Silver, please make me a death saving throw. Move whatever equipment you want. You still have to make... That will be one failure to you, Hearty Silver.
It's 2 failures now, or just 1, right?
Oh god, did you already do some failing beforehand?
I think so, maybe.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
had
make
one.
me look up. Okay, Hearty Silver. Wisdom
I thought
saving
that was his
throw.
first that was
This-
his first.
Yeah, this is your first save, Hearty Silver. The chat confirms it.
Alright!
Alright! Okay. Mortlock comes beside you and he says, I'm not really good with this, but I'm pretty sure I can just squish this little one, but
Hurry
fine!
up, we have 1 minute. Shut up and do it.
Alright, I'll do it. Alright. And he's gonna try, he's not proficient, but he's gonna try and do a medicine check on Dr. Joseph Skackle. Would you believe he gives you a success?
Yes.
Despite that grisly face, he actually has a very nurturing touch.
Finally, I'm surrounded by someone who knows what he's doing.
Oh, thank you. Vaz continues to sleep, and those skeletal eyes.
How much is 1 minute? How many rounds do we have to do?
10.
We can do this.
10.
Okay.
Alright, but he
Hey,
continues...
can you do me a favor and skip the song?
Okay. Well, I can do that. Alright. Okay. Alright. If this is what you would like.
That works.
Alright. Yeah, very well. Nice calm melody to lull people to death. I understand. Eros, make a death saving throw, please. Are you on 2 successes?
Eros
I'm
is
on 2
stable.
successes.
Sorry?
Stable, yeah.
Oh, Eros.
Eros is on 2 successes. I think he's stable, right?
No, yeah, no, I'm failed.
That
That's 2 successes and 1 failure.
That is correct. DC is 13 in this game. But hey, at least you have pretty music. Dr. Joseph Skackle, give me another death saving throw, please. That is a
Nope.
pass.
That's pass. Oh yeah, I forgot 13.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's still 13. It's been 13 since we started the campaign.
For some reason I was thinking 15.
No.
Oh my god.
That would be a bit too much. And you're probably thinking of Meat Grinder mode from Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah.
No, that is a pass. What are you on, Dr. Joseph
2.
Skackle? 2.
One more and I'm good.
Alright. Radic, give me that medicine check! No! You don't make the situation worse. Cecic?
I'm just going to move
Oh, yeah?
right about here as well.
Okay. Cecic, you sleep soundly and you will live. Azagal, it's your turn.
Let's do this. Come on. I'm a very unwise dwarf, so this is hard on me.
That is a pass.
Right.
You meet the DC. That's a pass.
Yeah. Raise
Got-
stop.
Alright,
Wow.
Doc lives.
you don't raise him, but you manage to stabilize him in such a way he will not die today.
That's good enough.
Okay. Hearty Silver, what are you on?
What am I on?
You
One-
have not
one
ticked
spare.
any...
Oh, yeah.
You've not ticked any of your death saves, Hearty
I
Silver.
did! I did!
I'm looking at your character sheet and you didn't.
Yeah, it's gone now.
I'm making sure I've ticked. You've just got a success.
Oh, fuck, I ticked Joseph Skackles. That's why. Let me close it. I don't need it anymore.
Okay. Oh, you silly drow. Anyhow, Mortlock kind of goes, maybe I'm good at this. And he goes stepping around, fudding with his great massive feet, and he's going to do a medicine check on Eros. He's just like, alright, I don't know how I'm doing so well with this, but leave! And he was so close to getting your head upright, but then your head just kind of spilled to the side, and he was just like, alright, good enough. And it just doesn't work the same. Faz continues to sleep. Eros, you need another pass, don't you? What?
Yeah, one more pass.
Oh, okay, we gotta... Okay, don't that one. Don't do it. Don't do it, Eros.
Hey.
You're stable! And he sees that and he just goes, I did that. I should be a medic. I'm excellent.
Yeah,
at
it's the
this.
story of like how he finds new life after the cult.
I'll train you.
Oh, I'll be interested in that, actually. I probably will need a new profession. Excellent. Dr. Joseph Skackle, you're stable but unconscious. Radek. Radek, the wizard savior. Let it be said.
I'm moving to Harty now.
Yes.
And another medicine check.
Yes.
I'm not good at this, and I don't have any more inspiration.
No. Okay. Sesek is unconscious but stable. Azagal, it's your turn.
Right.
But I want you to know something. Now you are saving your drow friend.
Right. He's gonna own me, just like I like it.
Go on, Nico. No! No! It's not enough. Hearty Silver, another death save, please. Make sure to update it on your character sheet. I want you all to live. Beat death. Come on, Hearty. No, that's a failure.
It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, no, he is too. Oh.
He's the most unlucky bastard ever, man.
He is 2-1. No. Mortlock comes by and he says, "No, I'm not gonna lose you." But this statue is in the way, so it's just like, get out of here! And he breaks that statue. He breaks that statue, and as he does so, this statue releases a horrible sort of it kind of releases a dark cloud similar to what is affecting Radek. But he just says, I don't care, I'm gonna save this man! Medic! I am the medic! And he gives a wisdom medicine check. He passes and gives Hearty Silver one pass.
So that's 2-2.
Yeah.
Okay, Vaz continues to just sort of like stir in his sleep, just kind of like just kind of making noises. Eros is stable but unconscious. Dr. Justice Skackle is stable but unconscious. Radek, make me a medicine check! Make me a medicine check!
How did live by the dice? Die by the dice.
No! No!
Crap.
Sesek is stable but unconscious. Azagal, make me a medicine check, please! Bring Hearty Silver back alive! No! No!
Doesn't anybody have freaking inspiration left?
I don't
You
have
can do it,
any.
Hardy.
I can't watch! I can't watch! Just tell me when it's over! No!
Wait.
Yes? Yes?
Hardy got inspiration.
Do you have inspiration, Hearty?
Yes, I do.
Why do you have inspiration, Hearty?
You gave it to me like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago.
What did you do to earn inspiration?
I don't remember.
Good enough! Roll me again!
He stayed near the treasure.
Oh yeah, he's standing in the
no.
treasure, exactly.
Man, the dead is literally just like have a lot of things that drag you in.
I'm taking the gold.
It is at...
Would you like?
Hang on. It is at this stage that David crashes through the ceiling and he comes quickly with a Revivify scroll. Wait, he comes
What?
in. Yeah, he comes in as like he said, I knew that. Sorry, I've been a badger for so long. I knew that. Yeah. Sorry, I've been digging for hours. Well, for minutes rather. But I knew Hearty Silver would be the first one to go down. So I spent all my money. I talked to that druid alchemist again, and I managed to get a potion to revivify him.
Okay, I thought it was reincarnation. That would be interesting.
No,
But
I'm not that
Revivify-
rich. He comes by and he gives you a revivify. Actually,
Mouth to mouth.
you know what? Yes, he does baby feed it to you. He drinks the alchemy potion, and then he just like baby feeds it into your being, Hearty Silver. Hearty Silver, what the fuck?
What?
You okay?
Yeah?
You purposely making a squeaky balloon sound?
No?
Okay.
What?
No, I think it's just static.
Okay. David baby feeds the material too, but he kind of looks. I'm gonna mute you, Hearty Silver, for a second. He turns to you, Eros, and he just says, "I know this is all very weird, Eros, but look after Hearty Silver. This may seem very sudden and strange, but actually, the forces of nature have told me, in very mysterious badger ways, that he must live, and it is my time to go. Protect him in my place." And he baby third feeds the alchemy potion to you, Hearty Silver, as David begins to dissipate into a series of little daisies.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Too bad Eros is unconscious.
Yeah. David, what's it called? David just go Oakway.
Yes, he does go Uruguay. My time has finally come. What are you- No! Hearty Silver, no! 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 Hearty Silver! No! Oh,
All tragedy is comedy.
oh no. Well, okay. Let's just stop this situation. Let's all presume everybody wakes up 4 hours later. You know.
The guy.
Oh, shit!
Well, wait, we still have to kill that
Oh,
guy.
yes!
That.
Ah! I mean, for the next 7 rounds, it's possible everyone only natural ones. Just, it's
Yeah, but
very.
the problem is if we don't hit him, I think if we don't kill him with one hit, he wakes up.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but remember, the hit is critical.
The
Okay,
hit is
Yeah.
critical, yeah.
Okay.
Luckily.
Mortlock comes back. He brings forward the Great Club, the massive fucking mangler. The sheer devastating tree stump. And he just pulverizes it into this guy. He Come
That's
on!
another crit.
But it's not an auto hit.
It's not an auto hit, he has to hit.
So
He wakes up only if it hits. by the
He
way.
misses.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
He's like, oh, I'm become a medic now. I can't attack anymore.
You're doing me
Oh
a
my
medic.
god.
classes.
Oh my god. Vaz gets a stage closer to being awake. Wait. He does get 2 attacks. And they're both misses. Moving on. Son of a bitch. Radic, it's your turn.
I'm going to move far away from this shit.
Okay.
And ready a ray of frost just in case he wakes up.
Just-
I'm gonna yell, axe the motherfucker's head off.
Yes. Sessic is stable but unconscious. South of celebration! Stop! I gotta mute you, Silver. You gotta stop.
Stop.
Alright, it's an automatic crit, so roll me another
roll
d10,
again.
please. As a gal. Well, click the
If he
damage
got
again.
At 26, then I would assume he probably has something around 26 hit points.
Okay, minus the 3. So that becomes 19. You finally
16 plus 3, 19.
crack that skull. And he dies.
Without a scratch. That's how I do things.
Actually, Asuka was right on that one. He's still at full hit point. He's the most healthy person in the group right now.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's not been harmed once. Oh my god. Okay. Uh, okay. Oh, cool. Alright, cool. Okay. So, yes, you guys are out of combat. And you may react how you would wish to.
Radek falls on his ass, leans against the wall, and just looks at the ceiling. Well done. Let's wait for the others to wake up.
Right. I look to the elf and say, just a flesh wound.
By the way, new guy, you are awesome.
You hear Arrow's moment murmuring to himself, "Oh, David, don't go. Oh, David, don't kiss Hardy."
It's too late. Wait, what do I? Oh, what's that music? Ba ba da 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 da.
Let me Shazam that for you.
Yes.
Sing me the song.
Shazam. Yes.
Waltzing Matilda?
Waltzing Matilda? That's...
I don't think no, that's not it.
Waltzing Matilda.
No, I think that's something different. That's
Let me just remove sleep from the list of spells here.
Oh my
Nope.
god. Anyway, goodness. Yeah, Hearty, Eros River, you have more meaningful dreams like that. You just have Eros kind of like, saying to you, he's sorry that you cannot continue your journey, but you were a brilliant bodyguard for him, and you must continue in his place. And though Hearty Silver is certainly a lunatic, he is a very good friend, and he knows how much you could do with a very good friend. 4 hours pass. Everybody should be stable with at least 1 hit point. And for sake of argument, let's say you are able to squeeze in a short rest during that time. And also know Mr. Drow, who can meditate for 4 hours. I'm being generous when I say you get a short rest. You do not meditate while dying. Those are not the same thing.
Okay, I took my short rest.
Short
Used up all
rest.
my dice.
Yes, I'll burn all my dice for this.
Okay.
I'll burn up my dice.
Dr. Joseph Skackle, you also get your Channel Divinity back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm saving it
Guys,
for next time we go down.
Oh, as a gal, you get your Action Surge back, and you would also get your Second Wind back, but you never spent it, so you're fine.
That's all
I'm
right.
gonna go to Azagals and I will give you a great letter of recommendation to the higher ups. You're done good, boy.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody okay? Everybody alive?
Remind me not to stand in front of statues anymore.
Well done.
I would suggest all statues, especially the one that came from a bad god.
Yeah,
That
that was just bad. I was useless in that fight.
Radek
Yep.
is going to take a look at whatever's left of the creature that we just fought, of Vaz, and see if he can take anything as proof of death.
A Skullhead, certainly, is very unique. You could take
I
his
will
dagger.
carefully take just the skull head and look at Harty and say, Harty, you might want to use this dagger.
You want me to cut that off for you?
Wait, what? I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Heart is
actually,
still. Heart is not still asleep?
No,
Look.
everybody's up.
Oh,
Look,
so.
Does the can you show me the loot of that assassin? The daggers may be useful.
it seems interesting that while you're like examining these daggers, they look very different to how they looked during the fight. Firstly, there is no armor to this man. He was just wearing dirty looking, slim fitting robes. The daggers, strangely, look like very ordinary daggers. The curviness to them has now since kind of disappeared. And again, they just look like ordinary daggers. But in your memory, although it was vague, they didn't look anything as ordinary as these daggers do now. Also, Mortlock then also says, Oh, hang on a sec here. And he goes walking through, and you hear him go, you hear some squeaking or some eek, eek, and he goes, get over here! Bang, bang, bang! He goes walloping across, and he comes back out with a couple of chests. Well, he comes out with a large crate, and in this crate he goes and brings out, he goes, there was some stuff stolen that was hoarded around here. With Faz not really going to disturb us now, it's safe to bring him out. And I reckon you can do so with some of these. He presents you with... what's in the box includes 10 days worth of rations, a bag of 20 caltrops, 3 flasks of alchemist fire, 3 sets of manacles, 4 tinderboxes, 9 daggers, and 4 potions of healing.
Potions as the healer?
You can share them out. You can give them all to the healer, whatever you like.
Y'all guys.
Mortlock says, my mind was elsewhere, so when we were fighting Vaz, but also, the potions would have obviously been good, but Vaz would have kept us from having them, I'm sure.
As the treasure,
there was a few people trying to talk, but I'm going to have Vaz mention a little bit more. And he goes on to say, now I promised you once Vaz was dealt with, and you've all fought extremely hard for my sake to deal with him, that I would prove my worth. My mother is one of the 3 remaining members of the Council of 4, which governs Baldur's Gate. She was instrumental in convincing Uldar Ravengard to travel to Alterel and meet with its High Overseer, Favius Krieg. With Ravengard gone, and Sessic and Ashengrave, Azagal, you both recognize you both recognize Ulder Ravengard as the head leader of the Flaming Fist mercenary group, known for applying more sympathetic policies to the bloodthirsty mercantile army. So he goes on to say, Favius Krieg, who's the High Overseer of Elturel, Uldar went to meet him. With Ravengard gone, the Flaming Fist's leaders is leaderless and vulnerable. And that was where the Vampire were set to step in. We oversaw these cultists hacking and slashing at the local population. The Flaming Fist would be shown to be insufficient in dealing with us, and then the city would no longer choose to spend its resources here on a mercantile group. Without Holdar keeping them here, all of their presence would leave the city. And then my mother hoped to ascend in Baldur's Gate's council. Did all of you as players get all that?
Yep.
not a thing.
Well,
Yeah,
fortunately, some people got it.
Yeah.
So pretty much is one of those like more what's it called, a noble Games of Thrones kind of move.
Certainly.
And except that this guys happen to be Tyrians and was decided like fuck that.
I wouldn't say if this guy is wholly Tyrion, because he's definitely, like, before you guys stepped in and before he was betrayed, he was dealing with these cultists as allies, if you
Mhm.
believe that.
That is true.
So his hands aren't entirely clean, and he's not going to be too shy about that. He basically says, now, tell me, you two with the flaming fist, you'll be wanting to take down the rest of my family, won't you? He's addressing
that-
you, Sessek, and Asagal.
I assume that, as you saying this, I assume you want us to spare some of your a nicer one in the family. Yes.
No, killed a lot of them. I've been betrayed by my older brothers, and while my mother, she enjoyed me and liked me, there's no going back for me now. I can't live through this with my brothers still alive, and my brothers have to die for me to live, and my mother won't tolerate that. She will find a way to get some vengeance for the bloodletting for my sake. So, yeah, there's no going back, and there's no family left for me to return to. I want to deal with the one of my oldest, Amric. He's the one I reckon will have sent the hit out on me. I would take you to where he mostly deals and does his dirty work from, the Low Lantern Tavern. You'll find it out by the docks. I'll take you to him, and as soon as we deal with him, I'll, well,
You'll be heading to Baragos.
I'll be heading wherever the seas take me, I reckon. But I said that he may very well need to die, but for you to deal with my mother, it may be better you hold him as collateral. She is, after all, one of the ruling council of Baldur's Gate, and it'd be wise you had some leverage against her.
So you suggest we take him alive?
May I interject, if possible, Harty?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah, you were talking, so I was trying to get into the roleplay.
Well, alright.
So, if what he's saying is true, then we might get a bigger reward than we originally were promised. So, how about we get out of this freaking tomb, which I personally hate, meet up in the morning at the Elfstone Tavern, and take his advice, capture his brother, use him as a bargaining chip,
I
take
think
down his mother, and get ourselves some nice...
Well, I think that it would be better to talk to the Flaming Fist about this, just so we are promised extra money.
I would agree with you there, except that if what he's saying is true, the corruption lies deeper. You might want to have proof before we go to the Flaming Fist.
And I would recommend that it's better to have hard evidence than let it go in blind. In terms of
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sessek, you're cutting in and out. But if I may interject here, at this point, Mortlock says, we've stayed in... Yeah, we've stayed here for more than, I don't know how many hours, and I'm getting sick of this place, and I'm tired as hell. Let's get out of here, before the foot traffic gets a bit too much. Also, we don't want to linger here too long. I said Amric was my oldest brother. That was a mistake. He's the second oldest, with me being the youngest. My oldest is, Frostwell. He's got a surveillance of imps. In fact, he has one outside the front of the bathhouse when you probably entered through here. And he probably knows that you're here, and he will try to reconvene. What he may not know is if I'm around, and his imps can be invisible, so I don't want to risk being seen alive. Let's get out of here as soon as we can right away. And begins to kind of set forth.
Alright, as Halsey gets up, he tenderly puts his fingers to his lips and checks his lip out.
Oh, you found it. Do we have to hear it secondhand? Can't I just
how do
play
I
it
turn-
in Rhythm Bot?
Yes, please do.
Alright.
It's just.
It's too loud.
Well,
It's-
my as well. I would suggest that, as our courtesy, let's go back and escort our other peoples out of this place.
yeah,
I would agree.
it's been 4 hours. Yikes.
Yeah.
I would before Van Humper goes away. I would yell. I would tell him meet us tomorrow morning at the Elf Song Tavern, and we'll go from there.
Alright, but let's just follow our way out. I mean, I'm
Agreed.
pretty sure you've killed everything through here, but let's just stick together for the time being until we get out.
Right. Just a fair warnings. There's a couple of other cargoes that we need to escort back as well. You don't mind that, right?
No, whatever gets me out of here. And he continues to walk on. And as you guys walk and talk, oh, Master Mage says, Hearty, have you done your short rest hit die?
I don't think he
so.
has.
Oh wait, no. Shit.
Yeah, roll
No.
some short rest hit die. Master Mage caught that out in the stream. So thank you, Master Mage.
Hit, die.
Give it a little click. It's
I
Hey, my wall is still here.
yeah. It's left of the death saves.
I can't get through secret. I can't get through. I can't
Oh.
see anything through the secret
Here we
door.
go. I did it. 9.
There you go.
1, 2,
The doors opens. There you go. As you walk and talk, more talk continues to explain that Amric deals with the money laundering. He paid for, well, the money that you guys are holding on to now, that came from our family. Amric moved it through the Low Lantern Tavern, and yeah, he'll be the one that took the hit out on me. Probably got tired of seeing my face, he says with a great deal of bitterness in there.
by the way, who that noticed the hit points?
Master Mage in Twitch.
Thank you, Master Mage.
Oh,
As we pass through the hall with the trap, I quietly nod. Don't go in there.
Just leave it there.
yeah.
Just leave the zombies where they were.
Yeah,
Okay.
good idea.
If I remember, there's a lady and then another guy's back at the crypts. We need to escort them back.
If they made it,
Just that.
yeah, we don't know if they actually made it, but yeah.
Yeah, they were determined not to go without you, but I guess they've been waiting for you for 4 hours now.
Yeah, 4.5 hours with the fight.
Oh, yeah, pretty much, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Mortlock, checks in with you. He also says, oh, by the way, unless it wasn't clear, the dead free cultists will disband by now. Every one of the leaders was kept here, and they're all dead by the looks and sounds of it, so you won't be hearing much of them in the future.
I should hope so. If there is any more cards coming around Baldur's Gate, it would be too soon. But if there is a borrow spawn, that would be even way too soon.
You meet up with Vendetta and Jim Jesso, and Jim, or Klim rather, comes up and just goes, "Oh, my goodness. We stayed here for as long as we could. We were getting very worried. We thought you wouldn't show for ages."
I'm sorry for our delays. Apparently, the cultists have been giving a lot of resistance. Fortunately for us, I believe if we heard anything more about these groups, it would be way too soon as we had to full clear the entire place. Now, come. We're here to escort you out.
Can I whisper something to Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardy, kind of off to the side while we're moving the hall, I move back towards him. Like, Come on, Hey, Hardy.
Oh, back here.
Yeah.
Come here, Hardy. In my bright light.
I just remembered something. You know my syndrome, right? My problem.
Yeah, you told me a couple of times.
There was a little. I think my other side had a little fun. A guy upstairs. I think he's still there, trapped. I want to know.
The old man.
Yeah. Fuck no. Yeah. Just. So, I remember waking up to him being on a bed. About maybe 8 hours ago. I don't know if he's still alive.
All right.
What do you think we should do? You're a drow. You know stuff better than I do.
I mean, fuck him, right? I don't understand why do you care about these people.
Sanctity of life?
But you've seen him is, he's a really, really, really fucked up guy.
Would you? I have my word that would you be willing to help me? Well, at least get him away from the group. So the group. I don't want the group to find out about my problem yet.
I got you. Yeah,
Would you be willing to help?
of course.
Thank you.
Alright, you guys catch up, but while you do so, Mortlock stops you at the stairs and he just says, there's one last thing I gotta tell you about before you guys think about taking on my family. My mother, the deal with Older Ravengord and Fabius Krieg. My mother is involved with, well, if my mother has her way and she does become next to rule in the High Council of Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate will share the same fate as Elturel. Now, for those checking, what happened to Elturel?
Got swallowed up by the burning hells.
That is absolutely correct.
From the song, right? If I remember correctly.
A little bit because of the song, but also because of the, you know that because of the mass refugee situation and the talk of the town that all talks about, Elturel getting swallowed up by the hell.
As we're moving through the tunnels, I'm gonna grab Eros by the shoulder and say, David did a good thing today. We will honor his memory.
Right.
What?
Eros
What did he do?
looks just he responds he looks erratic and is like,
Tell you what, if I have some money, I will buy some animals and release them into the wild. Just as a good fate for the druid, I suppose.
that's not smart at all. That's just
Why not? I mean, it is buying and freeing captive animals into freedom in a lawful way. That's pretty nice.
Apparently, Sisik is have an 8 intelligence, so yeah. Always go for the non-smart move.
Alrighty. So, you guys carry on outside, and finally, you all make it towards the bathhouse. Oh, I don't need to copy paste you. I can just put you in the landing area. There you go. By this point, very early dusk. Well, I think I set this in summer, didn't I? Very early dusk is beginning to set over Baldur's Gate. The spot. Oh yes, that area. Yes. You guys have a little peek in there, and
trying to just discreetly point to Hardy like, hey, that room, without letting the other group know.
Alrighty. So yeah, I know the situation. Hardy, what are you up to in this room? What are you trying to achieve in this room?
I think I'm going to try to lock the door before they see.
Excellent. Give me a thieves' tools kit made with dexterity, please.
Alright. Thieves' tools. How do I do this? Just
Click the thieves' tools skill proficiency as it appears bottom left of your character sheet on the core page.
oh, sorry. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you got it. A query will come up. Maybe it's behind your character sheet, and you got to choose dexterity.
Oh, wait, maybe. I
It's-
don't see it.
It's
pop up.
underneath the passive perception, above the other proficiencies and languages, to the left
Oh,
of
yeah.
equipment.
Dexterity. Just.
Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. You quickly and easily lock the door before anybody has a hope of seeing what might have been inside. And you also are so stealthy that nobody even sees you lock the door.
Alright.
And like,
Sorry, yes, who was talking just then?
oh, Cecil just tried the door. It was locked, right?
Yes.
Should I try to? I'm looking now like, hey, Abergos, does the law about breaking someone's property still in effect?
Abigail?
Asagal.
Oh, as a girl. Well, if you want a bit of help here, you have rightfully kind of come into a den of cultists and enemies, and at this point, if you feel that a room needs to be checked, you are very much in your right to check in case there's anything hostile remaining. So you're in your right.
Hearty Silver interjects and says, before we break down the door, maybe it's best to stay quiet. Let me open. It might take me like 5 minutes. You guys go on ahead, and as he says all that, he begins to smile. Maybe
You know
for
what?
backup.
I'll help.
All right, yeah. So we're going to stay behind and deal with this door.
Well,
We'll do
Let's
the-
go and
as you guys are kind of discussing this area, you can hear. Well, you left the front doors open, it seems. You didn't close those. And interestingly, as you were like messing with this door, over the causeway, where everything is now getting a bit illuminated, but still in dim light, you see several figures hop over the wall.
Guys, trouble.
They do not look like the people you fought before. Now they look like people with these kind of masks to them. In unison, they kind of come towards.
dressing.
They comes towards the doorway, and they kind of begin to filter on through, and as
is it the same mask Hearty is wearing?
it's close, Hearty. It is very, very close. And interestingly, a lot of them are looking at you.
Alright. Hearty Silver says,
Don't-
I got these intruders. Would you like to do with them?
The intruders here basically kind of see you guys coming up, and they come forward, and they just one of them comes forward, this individual, and he says, he kind of says, you have something that doesn't belong to you. And Mortlock comes up here and he just says, "Oi, piss off! We've had enough of this bullshit today!" And this other one says, No, you. If your trinkets on your head, those belong to us. Mortlock says, "What are you talking about?" And the other one just goes, "Quiet. Do you understand who you've taken that from?" They say, notably pointing to Hearty Silver, and also looking in the direction of anybody that's taken any of the loot. and they say, "You have stolen from Tiamat. We will have it back.
Fuck.
You can leave it, and we will not bother you. Or you can try and go through us instead."
Hearty Silver puts a big middle finger in there.
Yay! Oh, yay! God.
I'm going to
Joseph
the
is backing up.
Hey, oh, you go in the bath.
Slightly to the back.
Okay, and with that, we finished today's session. Wow, we've had a maximum of 8 viewers. Holy shit! Seemingly things that...
Awesome.
Yeah, and I don't know how many of that is you guys, as I asked you to join in. But thank you so much for watching me today, guys, on Twitch. I appreciate all your support, Master Mage and TPK Arc-like. Thank you so much. Please be sure to recommend me to any friends that you might have. Oh yeah, just to mention TPK Arc-like, he says, "What to do in the event of a confrontation? Flip off the bad guys."
Yeah,
9.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
9 for 9 viewers. Master Mage, it's the end of the stream. No Final Fantasy battle music today, or is it?
Can I say something to the viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead. Unless you say "fuck you."
Hey, look.
I love you all. I love you.
But look.
Yeah. Are you level 3? How I choose to answer that? No. There we go. I'll tell you after this fight, Sessic. And with that, we will end today's session. Thank you very much for watching me. I'll see you all next week. Take care and goodbye.